so fun. Yuck. I'm excited about this one, guys. This is the MJX Hypergo 7303. 1/7 scale rally car, and I just couldn't be happier about it. Now, as I peel this off, I need to tell you this was supplied for review by one of MJX's dealers, which is Makerfire, which is shop.makerfire.com. I helped them out with shipping, but they covered the cost of the model. In case this video has brought you to RC-TNT for the first time, g'day, I'm Craig. I run out of Australia in Melbourne, or just north of Melbourne. And when I do my reviews for everything behind me, a condition of my reviews has always been, I have the freedom to say what I want to say, to be honest about it, and to show the good, the bad, the ugly, the fantastic, the whole lot. I operate transparently, and that's a condition of entry if you're a manufacturer. I will burn bridges over this every day of the week. A lot of this stuff was purchased rather than sent for review, and I'm getting more stuff for review, but I'm still sticking with that original plan because I want to be useful to you guys, and an advertisement is useful for telling you about a product, but it's not telling you about what the product's like. That's why I'm here. I want to show you what we can do with RC, how we can make it better, how we can break it, how we can improve it, all that stuff, you know? So this is a big boy with an interior, by the way, gorgeous clear windows. It's so nice to see an interior on this thing as well, and the lovely underside of it. This is a 3S and 4S machine. It's gorgeous. So the Citroen C3 WRC car. Now we're going to see this body on a couple of other manufacturers as well, but MJX is leading the charge here with this model. Now have a look underneath. That's pretty neat as far as wiring goes, and it's so nice to see a full lighting system, front and back as well. Single cable comes out, plugs into a single cable here, so I like that. We're going to have LED control. Oh, they're decent LEDs on there too. Like, they're properly decent sized things. There's a whole panel on the back. I think this is going to look very, very nice when it's running. Now, there's also, I noticed, as well as having body posts, which are actually quite solid, by the way, we'll get to the car in a sec, there are these clamps on the side, which are very appreciated on a car like this. Notice the plastic bolstering that goes on the inside and the outside. There's some plastic that goes through in several places. The wing integration is another. Even the rear faux exhaust has quite a bit of plastic on the inside, so they're looking out for the car. Rear diffuser. The whole thing just goes together very nicely. I'm just going to put it back on again because I just want to enjoy this. Captured body pins on top as well. Goes on very easily, and these go straight into those little gussets on the sides. See these fellas here? So the body clips in. This is just beautiful. So it's well captured. Now we don't have wheel wells or arches, and I do miss that on some cars. What I do like to see though is that it has a lip that comes up, out and over. This is still going to get crud in it when we drive it today, but it's going to get a lot less in it than if this thing was just a flat plane like many other cars. But I just want to finish with this gorgeous body. There's a non-functional roof scoop. Captured body pins, so you're not going to lose them if they come off. Decent little faux mirrors and wipers, or they're not even fake. They're actually real mirrors. And a lovely wing. I got to say, this has a very premium feel to it. Now I noticed there's quite a thick polycarbonate. It's thinner around the edges here. Maybe harder for you to see on camera, but I can see it right up close. So this black stuff here is actually plastic, so the whole thing is well attached, right? But the polycarbonate's quite thin there, but looking across the holes where the body mount holes are, it's actually, I'd say 1.5 mil at least, probably. It's quite thick. It's very good to see. I also noticed that the holes have been punched slightly out of where the die says they should be. There's an area here on the body where it's clear that they should go, but the holes are forward on all 4 points, which tells me that a machine that did this did it in one hit, and maybe it wasn't aligned properly, or maybe it was. Let me just pop it on and see. Let's have a look at it underneath. I just want to see how it sits, you know? Okay. Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The holes are out of alignment, not by much, mind you, and it does fit nicely around the front where the foam is. Everything lines up beautifully. One thing I'm maybe It might be my main disappointment as far as the body mounting goes. Everything's beautifully slick except for this one thing. This front lip on the body has no support. The support is in here, and I actually had thought that this was filling out there, and I'd really prefer to have seen that because as soon as you hit a rock or anything at the front, this whole front section in short order is going to get destroyed. And that is a shame because it changes the aerodynamics. Doesn't matter really much with RC. It's not like we're on crazy high-speed track or anything. But what it is going to do is change the looks, and the looks really are a major component here. Still, we haven't damaged it yet. With a little bit of care, we won't. Remember, it's a rally car, so they shouldn't be in real life encountering rocks the size of your fist. Scale fist, 7 times bigger than this, right? That'd wreck any car. It'd take out so many things. It'd take out your bottom of your radiator and the oil pan, all the rest of it. However, with RC, the world doesn't shrink just because your car is smaller than real life. So you're going to need to be a little bit thoughtful. Now, the shocks are adjustable, and the body height can be cranked up using the screws to something like that. By default, it sits like that, and it can go even lower. So if you're going to run this on track, you'd probably pull it right down to that if you could. You'd probably be looking at changing shocks to get it to run like that nicely. So there's still actually plenty of clearance. By default, it says 25 mil of clearance underneath. So we'll come back to the body once we plug it in. I'm interested to see that. Now, the next thing I'm excited to tell you about, I'm going to start with something that might not seem that relevant to you, but this did not fit the battery I wanted to stick in at first. This battery tray, there's a rail underneath here, and we've got screws here. In default configuration, the battery tray was in on both. So these 2 screws were in these 2 holes, and these were where they are. These can be moved out and out again on both sides to expand, to lengthen this battery tray, which means you can fit bigger stuff. Now, Hobby Kings just sent me a couple of batteries, well, quite a few batteries actually, because we've got some big comparisons coming up. I've got a bunch of rally car comparisons coming. We're doing 21, 22 short course truck comparison. We've got something like 6 or 8 monster trucks as well. I've got just a bunch of comparisons coming, right? One of the batteries they sent me is the Rapid 8400. Now this is a 4S 2P. So 4S, 4 cell, and 2P means it's as if there were 2 of these batteries in parallel inside. So instead of 84, it'd be 42, and they're in parallel, which gives you that high discharge. And it's actually a fairly honest rating of 100C, because what that means is each of your parallel cells will be 50C. Batteries can't discharge 50C. It's all somewhat marketing, but you can expect that it'll be a high C discharge rate, and having the 2 sets in parallel means you get the best possible battery in one pack. It's like running 2 smaller ones. Anything that says 2P on it instead of 1P, which is what most of your batteries are, means it's premium. That's been my experience for years, including with flying drones with high battery demands. Now this little fellow would have fit in the original tray, but I also happen to have another 4S battery that did not fit in the stock tray, but by lengthening it a bit, now I've got my 4S that does fit. So it's nice to see that there's an option there, particularly because this is such a big car. You've got your big car, you want to power the thing, right? You don't want to go overboard, you don't want to add too much weight, but you want some flexibility. This gives you that. While we're talking about the sides, power switch here, it's a 2-stage switch, 1, 2. That'll be to do with programming or setting the thing up. And to complete the electronics here, we've got a 120 amp ESC. There's a discrete, which means separate gyro, which is the same, I think it's the same. Yeah, it's this, yep, it's the same gyro that you get in the other Hypergo cars. And there's a 35 kilo Metal Gear waterproof servo as well. Now we've got a 4274 Sensored motor here, brushless motor, with dual fans on a heatsink. So cooling and all the rest of it is very nicely handled. There's a full Metal Gear drivetrain with a center diff coming out to metal diffs at each end, dog bones on the inside and CVDs on all 4 corners on the outside. So it's actually not that different from the baby Hypergos insofar as you've got a beautiful metal drivetrain, everything beautifully captured, and it ends up being quite a capable little car. But the size really matters here. It's not just how you use it, it's where you can use it. And look, with something smaller like the dangling stuff I was just playing with there, they've got the bigger wheels even on the buggies as well. These things can be taken in more places relative to their size, but when you get to rally cars, the smaller stuff still gets tripped up on rocks and little culverts and stuff that you just don't necessarily see because we're big humans with these little cars. So something bigger for rally in particular, beautiful. Now we've got some wonderful, and I'll turn it around so you can see on the open side, reinforcement here, not just this top beam, but there are beams here as well, and they're not composite, they're alloy, which is beautiful, and they bolt into the chassis. They are inside, they're captured inside a, it's not metal though, it's a composite. All right, I had to break in pace then because I took a phone call that I've been waiting for. Now, let's quickly talk, we've been talking about bracing and electronics and stuff. So we've covered the guts of this. Let's talk about each end of it. As well as this center diff, you got oil-filled diffs at each end, and again, everything's metal, which is beautiful. I've just, while I was on the phone, I changed these tires because it comes with 2 sets of tires. It had these beautiful asphalt ones. In fact, I'll give you a photo so you can see the difference. So have a go at this picture. You've got this interesting, like it's a pointless little pattern. Clearly not going to be much good for wet track because, or wet road, because there's no channel for the water to flow out the side of. I'm actually more interested in the standard kind of tread that is typical, I think, of what we see on the rally cars. It feels very MJX anyway. I'm also glad to say that the fiber wheel tool has a lot of material in it. It's like a composite plasticky fiber thing. Oh, the rain's here. I was hoping to beat the rain. When I changed the wheels, I also found under these nuts that they're sintered, which is what you want to see. They won't work themselves loose. Plenty of leverage on this, and if you take care of it, you be careful not to round it off with a bad alignment. This will last you well. It's kind of beveled on the top too, so it'll go inside smaller wheels. Not that that's a problem here, although it does actually fit in beautifully. All in all, I like the accessories, I like the whole thing. Now, there's another thing to mention just before I depart from electronics, and that is MJX radios are arguably the weakest part of their entire system, from small to large. They're cheap, yuck-feeling little things. I haven't got one here. Any review I've done with MJX, you'll see I basically say the radio is functional, and that's about it. This is a departure from the usual. It still looks like it could have been cheap, and I was worried when I first saw it, but now that I've held it, listen, it seems like a little thing, right? But that little, that communicates to you that there is a decent little spring in there, and also there's a bit of weight to it, which is so good. The foam doesn't just slip and slide all around. The trigger has a nice enough feel. It's like a 70-30 as far as the pull goes. 4 AA's in the bottom, I think it was 4. Yes, it was 4 AA's in the bottom. So we have, I think, a different manufacturer for this radio. It's got a cover on top. It's actually a 3-channel. The 3rd channel is for, it says LED, so that'll be to change your lights on the body once it's plugged in. So through this fella here. There's nothing about gyro on this, I'm pretty sure. There's just the normal reverse trim and endpoints. That's all right though. But speaking of gyro, you can change the sensitivity with the little dial that's on top, and there's also a button there that will reverse the gyro in case you're moving it around, or it's, let's say you swap the servo and it had to be the other direction, you can swap that. Now the gyro is not in the middle of the chassis. That's not the ideal spot for it. Anything that's not right here is going to change how the gyro responds. Further back gives you a more sluggish response with the gyro, and I'm saying middle between the 2 axles, right? Further forward makes it twitchier. So anything that's not in the middle as well is going to bias it slightly to the left or the right. Being that it's on the left, it's going to be a bit more sluggish reacting when turning right, I think. I also think though that you're probably not going to notice that. It's still reasonably centered, and the receiver is underneath the gyro inside a box where your other cables go. It's the standard looking, although they're obviously all new given their size. It's a metal body, plastic on each end, and adjustable preload, which is where you change your body height. Now it's already as low as it goes. If you dial these down, it'll actually pick it up more. But by default, it's already up pretty high without a battery in it. The rears have, I don't know, 6 mil, 5 mil on the back, so you can adjust that some more yourself. I see a lot of metal all around. I see sway bars at each end. And I see turnbuckles to adjust your camber, and you've got your toe and camber adjustment at the front. You do not have caster adjustment. There's no angle change for that at either end of the A-arms, which are decent looking things. You can change the, I can't remember the name of it, the ride height limiters. You know, the screws that press down from the A-arms, from the top down onto these little tabs, which are integrated into the chassis On here, it's actually just under here. And on this one, they've got a few mil, which means it can be, if you loosen the front one, these front wheels will drop lower. So they're anti-droop screws, I think they call it, something like that. So at the moment, it'll go up that high. You can adjust it so that it sits a little bit by default. It's like it's a stopper to stop it from going any further. Now, they've allowed the back to move heaps. They've limited the front quite a bit. I think that's actually pretty savvy for a rally car. You'd probably want to loosen it completely if it was a truggy or something with bigger wheels and big suspension travel. But we don't have big suspension travel. We've got, okay, for a rally car, I take it back. This is big suspension travel. That's impressively large. Now, it can actually touch the ground rather than the shocks topping out in here. So that's a protective measure for the shocks. I did mention this was bendy but nice quality at the start of the video. These hinge pins have good metal on each side of them as well. And everything is well put together, and there's thread lock used on everything where it's into metal. And they've got lock nuts on other things that don't. So it's looking promising as a package. Let's get some batteries into this sucker and we'll see. Now, it runs on 3S and 4S. I think I'm just going to burn around on a 4S because why not? I don't know what the top speed of this thing is, but I also don't care what the top speed of it is. The reason I don't really care about top speed is I'm not looking to drag with a car. And I'd even argue for many cars, you don't really care about top speed. Some cars you do, obviously. You know, something like the Infraction, these little fellas here, the Rolalo stuff, the track cars, you want to know, how fast can the thing go? What's the top speed? Because yeah, we're doing some straight line stuff. This guy is all about corners. He's all about corners and some jumps, but really the art of cornering is really what rally's all about to my mind. And I tell you what, I can't wait to start making some art. This all should be waterproof. This won't be, but it's got a lid on it. I reckon we'd get away with it. So I might just put the dog inside because it's cold now and we'll get this thing outside. Let's go. First thing I did was just check the endpoints and stuff. The LED button has the lights on, flashing or off. Oh, look at there's lateral roll. Now it's got indicator lights front and rear, has brake lights that brighten up when the brakes are on, and there's a white reverse. I'm gonna zoom in for this so you can see. You watch the front to rear weight shift. This is beautiful. Oh! My idea of a good rally car is one that glides. You see it moving, but not necessarily the wheels so much as the body. It like that, you know? It just slides. Gosh, that's nice. Yes! Oh, this is so good! Oh my goodness! I was talking with one of the guys in the comments on the channel today. Yeah, let's move and I'll walk and talk. And he was noting that it's funny how you don't get a gyro with most rally cars. And he's right, with the 1/8 at least. I had a look around and I found one that comes with a gyro. And that was the ZD. Almost everything else in 1/8 scale doesn't. I'm also looking at the CERN Rally 1, which is a 1/7 scale, and I'm seriously considering adding that to the comparison. It looks really interesting. All right, let's just have a bit of a play around here. We'll try and do this ahead of the rain because it's nearly here. It's zooming up from the south. What I'm interested in is seeing how the whole car moves across the ground. It has an undeniable rally-like feel to it. Oh my goodness. Makerfire sent this to me, shop.makerfire.com that was. I want to thank them for sending this to me because I possibly wouldn't have looked at it otherwise. I was considering it. I nearly skipped it, can you imagine? Wow. Now, what just happened then was the front lip ate the ground first. That was the first proper bang. Quick look before we go further, because I want to see how damaged it is. It's not damaged. Well, how about that? Well, that's all right, isn't it? Oh, fans are all running, which is great. I quite like how this sits in. It's very smart. Right, a little bit more here, and then we'll get down. We might just rotate here and have a look. See if we can get up some more speed. Now, I'm not sticking a gyro on this. I'm not really interested in getting to top speed here. That might be more relevant if I get this to asphalt. And maybe I'll take a few of these bigger cars out to asphalt and we can do some comparisons there. George, if you're watching, maybe you can tell me. What's it called? Is it the Swedish flick? I can't remember what it's called, or the Nordic flick. There's a steering thing where you steer the opposite direction to where you're going to go before the corner, and it sets the car up to steer the other way. So if you're going to go right, you flick it left just briefly before you enter the corner, and it unsettles the car just right for the corner. I'm just doing it like a kidney bean. And I'll tell you what, I'm having a great time. Whoops, gotta watch out for those rocks. Now, we're on 4S. That's full speed. That was full berries just then, briefly. I've been on about half throttle the whole time. Gosh, it feels good. Let's go the other way. All right. I looked at the steering throw when I was setting up just before and, oh, sorry car. It's actually pretty consistent. You get a nice Ackerman on both. The outside wheel turns further than the inside, hence Ackerman, and yeah, it works quite well. I haven't touched the gyro, I haven't touched the suspension, and remember the, what was it? The front is already wound out, the body height on the preload. This is just very sedate on the top. It's kind of like a duck paddling. The wheels are going nuts, the suspension's working hard, and the body's just along for the ride. Doesn't it look good though? Oh my goodness. Gosh, it looks good. Now, I don't want to give it any air, not really. This kind of car is not designed to be a big jumper, and we're going to hurt stuff if we do. No, I'm not even going to do it. Let's get it down to my so-called track and we'll see what we think of that, eh? Look, before I do, I can't help myself. I just want to get a little bit of asphalt, just a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Gosh, that feels, oh, that's a lousy turning circle, my goodness. Can that be possible? That's a terrible turning circle. That's as tight as she goes. Yuck. I shouldn't have to 3-point turn like that. There's a bit of a squeak happening already. The bearings aren't sealed, but they are shielded. I gotta tell you, it feels good though, despite the silly turning circle. Braking's pretty good too. Now, off-road tires, don't forget, and it came with road tires. Brakes are quite good. And one nice thing is it's not brake and then reverse, it happens in one motion. Brakes work first and then, oh no, you do need to tap. Yeah. Oh, I know we're not here for this, but. Oh, it turns sharply in reverse. This is too much fun. What a beast. It's gorgeous. It's so fun. Oh, yuck. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's see what that crash did. It admittedly hit like soft plastic, but, well, not that soft. That was pretty ugly. Okay, so it popped the body out of the, both sides. Yeah, it did. Oh dear. There's a lot of softness here on this thing though. It's, the plastics are surprisingly plush. So I'll give it that. It's quite good. No obvious breakages. There probably are some. I can't believe that this lip is holding up so well. It's got a couple of little bangs on it, but that's it. I don't understand how it's not already destroyed. I really thought it would not last this long. So the wing took, it's been abraded there, scratched up a bit. This is quite good. All right, let's try my, my terrible track. I was just taking some photos of this thing for the thumbnail, and I noticed more body detail, like the front airfoils in front of the wheel arches on the front. Gosh, this is well thought out. It's so pretty. Doesn't it look good? Yes! Oh, this is so fun. I reckon I'd run this on 3S. I'm barely on the throttle most of the time, and 3S will give you 25% more runtime than 4S. for the same rated capacity just because of how physics work. Now, you'll notice on the track, we've just flipped and here's the rain. I said it was, it had a lousy turning circle. Let me tell you this, on dirt, when you can, you give it some throttle, you cut that circle down by accelerating in and then letting it kind of drift out, and you can really tighten that corner up in a way that you can't necessarily do on asphalt unless you're really slipping. I'm still taking it easy here, like really easy, because my track's not well kept and it's too bumpy for this kind of car. Oh my goodness, it's good though. It's so good. Oh, I love this car. Okay, so Makerfire has the car for sale right now. I'll stick the link in the description and in the pinned comment. It rolls beautifully, by the way. I'm starting to get quite wet here. Gee, it looks good. It looks so good. This video is brought to you by my channel members. Here they are, the Scratch Build guys. This is the 3rd tier of 3. Find detail about that in the description below. Everyone, thank you for watching these little videos. This is, I gave it a break then, I was going too fast. This is such a privilege to do this for you. And I get to enjoy this wonderful hobby and share it with you guys. How good is that? I'm so lucky. So yeah, thank you for enjoying it with me. Gosh, we just got to do this curve a few times. Oh no. Oh, that was terrible. Rooster tails, yeah man. I'm having a ball. I'm not doing anything complicated, right? Now we're starting to find full throttle a few times. Oh, the rain's really coming down now. Hopefully it's not on the lens. So the battery, as it discharges, I'm using more throttle. Oh, I'm having fun though. I haven't had this much fun all week. Gosh, this is good. It's so good. Now I'm on full throttle quite a bit, so the battery's approaching cutoff, I'd say. Whatever it is. We've picked up a leaf. It's still going. Now this on asphalt, on wet asphalt, that'd be an absolute laugh. I'm not going to do it now because it's a public road, but oh, I love this. My face, I've just realized my face is hurting from smiling. There's something about the mass of a larger car. You see how it kind of rolls? Remember looking at the X-Max, how the whole thing just rolls around as it goes, and just how satisfying that is? This is that, but on another level, because you have scale. Oh, it's so good. Now I'm in fairly heavy rain now. The radio's really wet. I hope you guys can see all right. It's coming in from the side, so yeah, the lens looks okay. Oh, and there's low voltage. We just hit low voltage. Oh, that's so good. All right, let's get out of the rain. All right, I've been cleaning this thing for a while. It was filthy. Actually, I forgot to take a photo of it. But look, it's been hosed down, the body has been, and I used an air compressor on it as well. And I think I did it for about as long as I drove the car, but it was pouring rain at the end of it. Everything got wet, even the radio got wet, but it was fine. The only thing I like about something with a lid like this, it covers things with holes. So there's a little board under there that doesn't want to get wet. Really, this can get wet. The stuff in behind, like the 2 potentiometers, they can get wet. They don't like it, but you know, it's not the end of the world with a lidded controller, but you still want to, you know, hunch over it. Okay, so I've blasted it out with air, so it's pretty clean, right? So some of the tape, the restraining tape, was starting to come loose. That was after it got wet though. These rear stickers started to peel off and I can feel some grit under them now. The body wrapped itself around that plastic pole. It slid on asphalt. It's got some abrasion there and some up on the top. Not too much actually. My main concern was this front lip because this guy doesn't really protect it. And look, it's bent in, but it's not cracked. Like, it's really thick Lexan there. It's actually thinner elsewhere. They didn't cheap out on the body. It's a high quality body. Everything about this thing is quality. I actually think you get, oh look, I missed cleaning under there. All right, where were we? That was better. I actually think you get more than your money's worth as far as the body's concerned. This is one of the nicest bodies on nearly any car, period. Relalo comes close. In fact, Rolalo, I would say, is similar, the butt of the JK07. Combining a nice exterior, plastic accessories, and an interior, and a nice fitting body that mates to the chassis, that's what you want to see. Rolalo does it well. MJX does it really well. Cross RC does it well as well, and even some of the modern Traxxas stuff, and FMS, I suppose, all the modern ones that clip on and are solid and have an interior, and just, they take the punishment. Look, this guy, TRX4, is now 5 years old. There's Bronco. Yeah, and it's running a crazy brushless system on monster truck tires. This is what I mean by that fares well. It's covered in scratches. It's been to hell and back multiple times. Like, it knows the way. A body that can do that is delivering beyond the value. And so look, it costs the manufacturer more to do something like this. But my point is, this kind of thing lasts really well. This thing took the water admirably. I wish I'd gotten this on camera, but it was absolutely pouring with rain. I did something that I don't recommend you do. I sprayed this with a hose while it was running. It was just so filthy and muddy. I just couldn't. So I put it up like that. Now, didn't use high pressure. I had it on like the fan, like the cone thing, but I cleaned it out, and went into some of the crannies without pushing it into the bearings if I could help it. And then I spent almost all my time with the, I was going to say the air fryer. What's it called? The air compressor. The air fryer. That wouldn't have kept it nice, would it? So now this leaves us with a car that's ready to go again. And look, there's going to be a little bit of squeaking in some of the bearings because, like I said when I was driving, they're shielded but not sealed. So bearings that are shielded mean they have the metal ring around the outside of the ball bearings and the grease, but they don't have the rubber cover. And you can buy shielded bearings for most RC cars as a kit, and this, if it doesn't have it now, will have it soon from all the normal places like Plague and Fast Eddie, Boca bearings. Most of these companies will get the spec sheet and just put together a kit, you know, so that could be something to look into. This is only a 2500 kV motor. This is not intended to be a speed demon. The way the gearing is set up and the kV on the motor with 4S was perfect. I even think on 3S, because you get the longer runtime, you'd be possibly even happier because there's full throw, right? It wasn't until near when the battery was getting low that I was doing that in the corners down there before. I was actually like this quite a bit, like not really on the throttle. It had more power than it needed. So dropping volts and increasing your runtime and lowering your heat, I think that's a compelling reason to look into a 3S brick for this. You'll fit even the big bricks, like the 74 8,000 milliamp hour 3S batteries. Yeah, go for that. This car's big enough, it'll handle it. All the weight's on this side of the electronics, so there's, on that side of the electronics, so there's room for the battery here, and you can expand the battery case if you need to. So look, we're looking pretty good here. I love that we've got an asphalt option here. That's really, really nice. They're the same size, width and size as what you get on the infraction, so don't put this on your infraction if you've got one, because you'll fang them apart. They've got foam in them and stuff, and the infraction shreds tires and they're belted. What I'm saying is you're going to have plenty of wheel choice, which is also really, really good. Look, I'm a huge fan of this car. This was a sponsored video. I paid US $150 to get this here. That was largely shipping and probably some for the car. I don't know, whatever the deal was. They made it cheap so that I could basically do this, which is exposure for them. Even if I was unhappy with the car, it's still exposure. As it is though, this has actually worked out beautifully because I can honestly tell you, it's a lovely car. My face was hurting while I was driving it because I was smiling constantly. It was really fun. I think I've said enough. Tell me what you think in the comments. Did you like this one? What would you like to see? I've got the HPI WR8 Flux here to look at. We have, I think, another couple of rally cars too from memory. There's the CERN Rally 1 that I want to get my hands on soon. And I have a pile of cars down there, including the Yikong 4073, which is the same base as your FMS big 1/7 thing, but it's in a desert truck setup instead. All of these things are coming and more. There's a lot to share with you. For today, thank you Makerfire for sending me this car. I'm thrilled to bits to have been able to share it with you guys. It was so, so good. This is a hearty recommend. If you've got to have a road car and you want something bigger, I can't believe it's so cheap for what you get compared to the other stuff. It's a bit of money, but gosh, the value is there. Thanks for watching, guys. Throw me a like if you enjoyed it, and throw me a comment if you want to talk more. Did I just see anything broken? No, I didn't. Look, nothing broke. It's so good. I'm going to start rambling here because I'm really happy with this car. It's so nice. I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. Thank you for watching. Cheers.